My name is Edmund Zagrin. First, I would just like to thank all of you for coming to watch this debate. It's a very important political issue in Japan, and it has been a pleasure to learn more about the Japanese economy, Japanese political system, and we would also like to thank our distinguished opponents for debating us today. We are honored. Thank you. I will now give my roadmap. I will give an overview which will highlight the important elements, and then I will give disadvantage. My partner will extend the case arguments in his speech. First, the disadvantage turns the case. What does this mean, turns the case? It means if Hashimoto Toru achieves political power in Japan, he will destroy the pension system, meaning that the affirmative plan will not be able to move forward. Also, he has said that he is going to establish a dictatorship. This is Japan Today, May 30th. The mayor of Osaka thinks Japan needs a dictatorship. Quote, "What Japanese politics needs now is a dictatorship," end quote, said Hashimoto last year. He argues vehemently against handouts, saying that they undermine society. So, if the affirmative plan is about helping people, the worst thing that could happen would be for Hashimoto Toru to take power. That means if we win our disadvantage argument, it takes out their advantage. Now, I will address the affirmative arguments. First, they say that Noda controls the cabinet. However, our evidence assumes this. It says if there is a no confidence vote, an election will be called immediately. That means that people in his cabinet have decided that he is not a good prime minister. And they have made the decision to abandon him. They have conceded, in particular, that Ozawa will abandon Noda to cause a no confidence vote, forcing Noda to unite with LDP. This will cause an election. Now, they say that the plan is popular with the Japanese public. Is it? I don't think anyone in this room really wants to pay more money for all of the goods that they want to buy. My partner cross-examined the affirmative team about Rihanna and AKB48. You don't want to spend more money at the 100 yen store. Even if it's 2 yen, it's too much. And by the way, sometimes you might be shopping at a greater than 100 yen store, and that 2% increase will actually really represent a little dent in your pocketbook, you know? So you don't want that. You don't want that to happen. Furthermore, in the logic of our disadvantage, the plan's popularity is not relevant. Because if an election is called, it will only matter who the more popular candidate is. And Hashimoto is 3 times more popular and has more name recognition than Noda. So he will win. This is Harlan, reporter for the Washington Post, May 23rd. Hashimoto has as much name recognition as Noda and an approval rating 3 times as high, end quote. Now, they make the argument that Hashimoto will change his mind on nuclear power. First of all, his entrance into national politics has entirely centered around the debate over restarting the Ohi nuclear power plant. Do you think he will really flip-flop on that key issue? That doesn't seem very likely to me. Second, it's not just about Hashimoto, right? It's the whole Ishinokai structure. If they put abolishing nuclear power in their party platform, they will not be able to renege or go back on their promise to the Japanese people. You think if you went to an election to vote for a political candidate and they had made a promise to you and they changed their mind once they got into office, that's not a very serious scenario, I don't think. Now, they make another argument that Hashimoto may not abolish nuclear power, but that is his campaign promise. This is Japan Today, April 23rd. Quote, the Osaka Ishinokai will run the next upper house election on an anti-nuclear platform. They also have targeted KEPCO specifically as a political scapegoat in the next election, which means they have no incentive to endorse a nuclear power plant being built or restarted. Now, they make a very clever argument that because Japan, in the status quo, present situation, has no nuclear power plant running, it proves that it is not key to the economy. Good argument, don't you think? Good argument. The problem is that argument is totally out of touch with the current economic situation. Why? Because just like the bond market is a bet that you place on the future of how the government interest rating or credit rating will be, so too is the bet that people in the market have placed on Japanese industry. Those bets assume that manufacturing will be able to reach previous capacity after reconstruction has completed. Don't take my word for it. This is Juech, Vice President of Policy Analyst at Gartner Rothschild, March 23rd, 2012. He is a hedge fund asset manager responsible for making money. Quote, as one of the world's largest nuclear players in the world, a Japanese exit from domestic nuclear energy program would be a major blow to the global industry. The slowdown of nuclear, which supports 1.3 million jobs in Japan, represents a continuing and sustained blow to the Japanese manufacturing economy, end quote. 1.3 million jobs. Those people are waiting to go back to work, and they are collecting unemployment checks from the government now, draining future pension funds. This proves that the affirmative will not be able to solve. Thank you.
The next speech will be examined by the affirmative within 3 minutes.
Can I ask you?
Yeah.
Okay. As for the first argument, you said, okay. I think you said Hashimoto is very popular than Noda.
Correct.
Because he's popular to people, or because why he's popular?
You know, I cannot read the mind of the Japanese public. Maybe people like him for different reasons.
Okay. So, it comes from the Hashimoto has Ishinokai, and they will support Hashimoto as a brand. That's why you think that Hashimoto has 3 times more power than Noda.
No, that data is from the Japanese public generally, not just Ishinokai.
Okay. So why you said as for if the people are popular in the cabinet, they can be a president, right?
That is correct.
Why it is depends the popular from people, popular from citizens. Why only the reason for Hashimoto become a president?
Because if a no confidence vote is called, an election will be held which will determine the makeup of the Diet. If the Diet makeup is changed, new members, new lawmakers can vote a new prime minister. They will choose Hashimoto.
Okay, when the new people will come to the Japanese cabinet?
As soon as the no confidence vote is called, i.e., as soon as the plan is passed.
Okay. As for, okay, the reason why the people will vote for Hashimoto means they don't want to pay the consumption tax?
No.
Okay.
Even people who want to pay the consumption tax will vote for Hashimoto because they believe he is a better leader.
Why?
Because he has name recognition, he is young, he is energetic, and because he opposes the nuclear industry, which many people feel is a more important issue than taxation.
Okay, thank you. As for your last argument, you said that economic crisis will be happen really. Why it's happen? Why it's not happen in the status quo?
Currently, the financiers, the people who give money to Japanese companies, are working under the assumption that there will be more power, nuclear power restart. 1.3 million Japanese are unemployed, collecting unemployment checks, waiting to go back to work. That is destroying the economy now.
So you're saying now Japanese economy is worse?
Japanese economy is getting worse.